On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Hypothesis.
A proposed idea or explanation that is based on a few known facts, but has not yet been proven to be true or accurate.
Examples:
Test my hypothesis. A bold hypothesis. This evidence supports the Big Bang hypothesis.
Imaginary.
Existing only in someone's mind.
Examples:
Imaginary number. Imaginary pregnancy. Little children tend to have imaginary friends.
Parallel.
Being everywhere equidistant and not intersecting, of or relating to the simultaneous performance of multiple operations.
Examples:
A parallel case. Parallel processing. He walked a road parallel to the railroad.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Bully.
A person who uses strength or power to harm or intimidate those who are weaker. Verb, to intimidate, harass, or mistreat someone weaker or less powerful.
Examples:
Bully bystander. Bully the weak. The schoolyard bully terrorized the other children and made their lives miserable.
Tease.
To make fun of someone or make jokes about them, either in a playful way or to upset them. To separate the fibers of something. To ruffle a person's or animal's hair by combing.
Examples:
Tease the children. Tease wool. This ad is intended to tease a competing product.
Stereotype.
A fixed and unvarying idea or image that people have about what someone or something is like, but which is often not true in reality and may cause hurt and offense.
Examples:
Avoid stereotype. Negative stereotypes. Changing stereotypes about LGBTQ requires considerable effort.
Prejudice.
A thought or feeling that is unfair and makes no sense, mainly when it is formed without enough thought or knowledge.
Examples:
Deep-rooted prejudice. Color prejudice. This community is free of social prejudice.
Survivor.
A person who remains alive after an event in which others have died.
Examples:
Ovarian cancer survivor. A single survivor. The shipwreck survivor was rescued after floating in the ocean for 3 days.
Genocide.
The intentional killing of a large group of people, especially those of a particular ethnic group or nation.
Examples:
Genocide victims. Genocide resolution. The international community condemned the genocide in the country.
Scapegoat.
To unfairly blame or punish someone for the misdeeds or mistakes of others, often to deflect attention or avoid accountability. Noun, a person or group that is unfairly blamed for the problems or misfortunes of others, typically to divert attention or responsibility from the actual cause.
Examples:
Scapegoat the new employee. Political scapegoat. Some politicians try to scapegoat specific groups of people to distract from their shortcomings.
Discard.
To throw something away or get rid of something that you no longer wanted or need.
Examples:
Discard old beliefs. Discard the downloaded data. He discarded the old torn shirt and bought a new one.
Realm.
A domain of activity, interest, or knowledge.
Examples:
Public realm. Beyond the realm of possibility. Her passions are in the realm of real-world political affairs.
Responsible.
Answerable or accountable for something within one's power, control, or management.
Examples:
Responsible action. Responsible for customer service. She's a responsible pet owner who ensures her dog gets enough exercise and a healthy diet.
Representative.
Someone who speaks or acts officially on behalf of another person or group of people.
Examples:
An official representative. Sales representative. The media representatives had special passes.
Privilege.
A special right or advantage that only one person or group of people has, usually because they are rich and powerful in a society.
Examples:
A breach of privilege. Privilege of membership. In the Middle Ages, the right to hunt in the wild was the privilege of royalty and nobility.
Deserve.
To be worthy of or entitled to something, especially something good or valuable.
Examples:
Deserve respect. Deserve this prize. The employee deserved the promotion for their hard work and dedication.
Circumstance.
The specific conditions or events that surround a particular situation or occurrence.
Examples:
Circumstance of birth. Circumstance of injury. She explained the circumstances surrounding the accident.
Disadvantage.
A drawback or a negative aspect of something. Verb, to put someone or something in an unfavorable position.
Examples:
The disadvantage of a plan. Disadvantage small businesses. A lack of education can be a significant disadvantage in today's job market.
Unearned.
Gained or earned without labor, service, or skill.
Examples:
An unearned rise in the market value. An unearned run. The book explains how to earn unearned income using internet commerce.
Combination.
A collection of things that have been combined, an assemblage of separate parts or qualities.
Examples:
Genic combinations. Combination number. The combination to the safe was a secret.
Myth.
An ancient story or set of stories accepted as history, especially explaining the worldview of a people.
Examples:
The myth of an old religion. Perpetuate a myth. With the financial bubble bursting, the myth of economic growth in investment banking collapsed.
Meritocratic.
Based on the principle that the talented should be chosen and moved ahead based on their achievements.
Examples:
Meritocratic society. Meritocratic evaluation. The company prides itself on being meritocratic in its hiring and promotion practices.
Locate.
To specify or determine the exact position of someone or something.
Examples:
Locate a missing pet. Locate a tumor. The robot can accurately locate construction material.
Invention.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation, the act of inventing.
Examples:
The invention of new techniques. Common invention. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Compassion.
A strong feeling of sympathy and sadness for another's suffering or bad luck.
Examples:
Feel compassion for the poor. Have compassion toward the accident. His infinite love and compassion for everyone never weary.
Quote.
To repeat or reproduce the words or statement of someone else, often acknowledging the source, to give an estimated cost or price for goods or services.
Examples:
Quote a source. Quote a price. In his speech, he quoted a famous philosopher to emphasize his point.
Poet.
A person who writes poetry.
Examples:
A court poet. A poet of sorts. She is a talented poet who has been recognized for her work.
Fashion.
A style that is popular at a particular time or place, the state of being popular.
Examples:
Go out of fashion. New fashion trends. That style is no longer in fashion.
Distress.
A feeling of great worry, sadness, pain, or discomfort.
Examples:
a signal of distress, emotional distress. She's been in great distress since she was heartbroken.
Row.
An arrangement of objects or people side by side in a line.
Examples:
criminal on death row, a row of cherry trees. He was the leader of the demonstrators and spoke out against the war in the front row.
Seminar.
A group meeting or class for discussion, teaching, or training on a particular subject.
Examples:
business seminar, academic seminar. I'm attending a leadership seminar next week.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Jersey.
A knitted garment typically made of wool or cotton, worn as a shirt or pullover.
Examples:
jersey material, fabric of the jersey. I always wear my favorite basketball player's jersey to the games.
Fascinating.
Extremely interesting.
Examples:
fascinating story. Completely fascinating to me. The museum houses a fascinating collection of Celtic artifacts.
Liberal.
Willing to respect or allow many different types of beliefs or behavior, open-minded.
Examples:
a liberal arts college. Under liberal conditions. He is liberal in his thoughts.
Curriculum.
A series of subjects comprising a course of study in a school, college, etc.
Examples:
a curriculum vitae. An academic curriculum. A committee was appointed to manage the reorganization of the curriculum.
Economics.
The branch of social science that deals with the production, consumption, and transfer of goods and services.
Examples:
welfare economics. Economics professor. His class will cover an introduction to agricultural economics.
Sociology.
The scientific study of human social behavior, including the way in which people interact with one another, the organizations and institutions they create, and the societies they form.
Examples:
sociology professor. Animal sociology. She studied sociology in college, learning about different societies and how they function.
Psychology.
The scientific study of mind and behavior.
Examples:
psychology experiment. Psychology of crowd. She had a master's degree in psychology.
Brave.
Showing courage or fearlessness in the face of danger, difficulty, or adversity.
Examples:
Brave soldier. Brave decision. The brave firefighter rescued the family from the burning building.
Flack.
Heavy and constant criticism, opposition, or hostility directed towards someone or something. Anti-aircraft guns or artillery fire.
Examples:
Get flack. Flak battery. Politicians often receive much flack from citizens for their decisions.
Isolate.
To physically or socially separate someone or something from other people or things.
Examples:
Isolate a compound. Isolate a patient. You should not isolate them from the community.
Introductory.
Intended as an introduction or preliminary, serving as a base or starting point.
Examples:
Introductory biology text. Product introductory sale. The introductory class was designed to give students a basic understanding of the subject.
Freshman.
A first-year student, typically in college or high school.
Examples:
Freshman orientation. Freshman year. The freshman class was excited to start their first year of college.
Prodigious.
Remarkable or extraordinary in size, amount, or degree, extraordinary in ability or talent.
Examples:
A prodigious storm. Prodigious talent. The prodigious artist's work was featured in a major museum exhibition.
Labor.
Productive work, especially physical work done for wages, the people who do manual or physical work in a country or company for wage. Verb, to work hard or to strive and make an effort to reach a goal.
Examples:
Seasonal labor. Manual labor. In several countries, child labor is a serious social problem.
Explanatory.
Serving to explain or clarify, providing additional information or details to aid in understanding.
Examples:
Explanatory variable. Explanatory video. The professor's explanatory notes help the students understand the confusing lecture material.
Discipline.
The practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior, using and punishments if these are broken, a region of activity, knowledge, or influence.
Examples:
Break discipline. Rigid discipline. He quickly learned the military discipline.
Cousin.
The child of your aunt or uncle.
Examples:
cross-cousin marriage. Cousin's family. I used to play with my younger male cousins when I was a little girl.
Rescue.
To save someone or something from a dangerous or difficult situation.
Examples:
rescue a dying dog. Rescue a company from bankruptcy. The fire department arrived just in time to rescue the family from the burning building.
Dilemma.
A situation in which a difficult choice has to be made between two or more options, especially that are equally unfavorable ones.
Examples:
chicken and egg dilemma. Be in a dilemma. The choice between bureaucracy and adhocracy represents a common dilemma.
Oppressive.
Treating people in a cruel and authoritarian way.
Examples:
the atmosphere was oppressive. Oppressive governments. The political situation has become increasingly oppressive.
Essay.
A short piece of writing on a particular topic, usually written by a student as a part of a course of study.
Examples:
score the SAT essays. Thoughtful essay. The chief editor checks all essays for plagiarism with software.
Mortify.
To cause extreme embarrassment, shame, or humiliation, to subdue or discipline one's bodily passions or desires.
Examples:
mortify his ego. Mortify the body. My parents used to mortify me by telling embarrassing stories about me in front of my friends.
Racist.
Characterized by or showing discrimination or prejudice against people of other races. Noun, a person with a prejudiced belief that one racial group is superior to others.
Examples:
far-right racist. Racist attitudes. The racist comments made by the politician caused widespread condemnation.
Superior.
Better, higher in quality, or more advanced than others.
Examples:
superior performance. Provide superior customer service. The new smartphone model is superior to the previous version in terms of speed and features.
Recall.
To remember something.
Examples:
recall the incident. Recall his name. She vividly recalls getting laid off several years ago.
Attitude.
The way you think and feel about someone or something.
Examples:
attitude toward mistakes. Attitude control. She had the attitude that work was fun.
Struggle.
To make a great effort to do something when it is difficult, or there are a lot of problems, to use force or violence to break away from restraint or constriction.
Examples:
Struggle against discrimination. Struggle to get the job. He could not struggle against temptation.
Racial.
Of or related to the race, equals classification of humans into groups based on physical traits or social relations.
Examples:
Racial prejudice. Racial and ethnic backgrounds. A minor racial conflict later led to a civil war.
Assume.
To think or accept something to be true without having proof of it, to take or begin to have power, to begin to exhibit a specific quality or appearance.
Examples:
Assume a lousy attitude to his boss. Assume an important role. The following example assumes that the capacity of each battery is the same.
Profess.
To declare openly, often publicly or formally, that one has a particular skill, belief, or feeling, to admit or affirm.
Examples:
Profess innocence. Profess law. He professes his love for her every day, showering her with gifts and affection.
Identity.
The fact of being who or what somebody or something is, the features, emotions, or ideas that distinguish persons from one another.
Examples:
Mistaken identity. Identity as an individual. The terrorist's identity remains unknown.
Mess.
A state of confusion, dirtiness, or untidiness. Verb, to fail to do something or to make something dirty or untidy.
Examples:
Have a whole mess. Get into a mess. He made a frightful mess in his room.
Wit.
A very small or insignificant amount or quantity, often used in the phrase not a whit, meaning not at all.
Examples:
A whit of evidence. Not a whit of difference. His argument had a whit of truth, but it was primarily exaggerated.
Seed.
A small, hard, often round, a reproductive structure that contains a plant's genetic material and is capable of growing into a new plant.
Examples:
A seed coat. Seed money. He planted the seed in the soil and waited for it to sprout.
Core.
The most essential or fundamental part of something.
Examples:
The core of an apple. Core business activity. These gas nebulas are merely newborn galactic cores.
Doubt.
A feeling of being uncertain about something, especially about how good or accurate it is.
Examples:
Dispel doubts. No doubt about the news. Doubt is the start, not the end, of intelligence.
Judge.
A person who makes decisions in a court of law. Verb, To determine the result of or form a critical opinion of something.
Examples:
Judge a competition. An associate judge. The strict judge ruled in favor of the plaintiff in the case.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples:
Collaborate with colleagues. Former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Intelligence.
The ability to learn, comprehend, or make judgments or conclusions based on reasons.
Examples:
An intelligence test. Field of artificial intelligence. In terms of intelligence, he was head and shoulders above his classmates.
Alternative.
One of two or more available possibilities or choice.
Examples:
An alternative plan. There is no other alternative. Doctors are gradually coming around to the idea of using alternative medicines.
Software.
A set of computer programs and associated documentation and data for doing particular computational jobs.
Examples:
Software architect. Copyrighted software. The company specializes in both hardware and software.
Install.
To fix furniture, a machine, or a piece of equipment into position so that it can be used, put into an office or a position.
Examples:
Install a door. Install a chairperson. The new president was installed immediately after the national election.
Defective.
Having a flaw or fault that prevents proper functioning or usability, broken or imperfect in some way.
Examples:
Defective gene. Defective equipment. The defective product was promptly recalled for safety reasons.
Variant.
Something that is slightly different from others of the same type.
Examples:
Variant types of pigeon. A variant of the same word. The first variant of the virus appeared in less than a month.
Churning.
The process of mixing or stirring something vigorously, often to create a frothy or creamy texture. A state of upheaval or turbulence, often referring to the stock market or economy.
Examples:
Butter churning. Churning emotions. The churning of the waves on the beach made it difficult to swim.
Stomach.
The internal organ in the body where food is digested, situated in the abdomen, the part of the body below the chest that contains the stomach.
Examples:
Upset stomach. Stomach virus. I have a stomach ache after overeating junk food.
Grant.
To agree to give or allow somebody.
Examples:
Grant a new license. Grant a land. The chairperson granted him the right to speak.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Conscious.
Being aware of and able to respond to what is happening around you.
Examples:
Conscious effort. Conscious of having succeeded. He became conscious that he was being followed.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples:
On an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.
Degree.
A unit of measurement for angles, temperature, or level of proficiency or achievement, a rank or level of academic or professional attainment.
Examples:
Bachelor's degree. Degree centigrade. She received her degree in psychology from the university.
Grade.
A particular level of quality, size, importance, etc.
Examples:
Boys in the 12th grade. Students at all grade levels. Departments may set requirements for a higher grade point average.
Advantage.
A condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position, a beneficial feature or asset that someone or something has.
Examples:
Score an advantage. Take advantage of his weak points. One of the main advantages of the new product is its increased efficiency.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Pray.
To make a request or petition to a higher power, especially in the form of a respectful or humble request.
Examples:
Pray devoutly. Pray for rain. She closed her eyes and prayed for strength to overcome difficult times.
Contrast.
To put in opposition, to show or emphasize differences.
Examples:
Contrast with a decade ago. Contrast two things. It's intriguing to compare and contrast the two authors.
Unpack.
To open and remove stored items from a container or package. to analyze or examine something in detail, often to clarify or understand it better.
Examples:
Unpack a crate. Unpack a concept. I need to unpack my suitcase and put my clothes away.
Invisible.
Impossible or nearly impossible to see.
Examples:
An invisible asset. Invisible stars. The phenomenon is invisible at optical wavelengths.
Knapsack.
A backpack or bag with straps that is carried over the shoulders, often used for carrying camping or hiking supplies.
Examples:
Leather knapsack. Army knapsack. The soldier wore a heavy knapsack filled with equipment and supplies.
Correspondence.
The letters, emails, etc., especially official or business ones, the quality or state of being the same in amount, number, status.
Examples:
A business correspondence. One-to-one correspondence. The results of the two experiments were in correspondence.
Guilt.
The fact of having committed something illegal, the negative feelings caused by believing or knowing that you have done something wrong.
Examples:
Criminal guilt. Feeling of guilt. Shame and guilt have significant social influences.
Guilty.
Feeling responsible for or having done something wrong or criminal.
Examples:
Feel a bit guilty. Guilty verdict. After much contemplation, the suspect decided to plead guilty to the theft charge.
Ashamed.
Feeling guilt, embarrassment, or remorse about something because of something you have done.
Examples:
Feel ashamed of him. Cast ashamed eyes. You don't have to be ashamed.
Blame.
To think or say that someone or something did something wrong or is responsible for something bad.
Examples:
Blame circumstances for the failure. Blame the lack of knowledge. We blamed our impeded progress on lack of money.
Arbitrary.
Based on chance or individual whim rather than any reason.
Examples:
Arbitrary size and shape. The arbitrary rule of a dictator. He collected data to avoid arbitrary decisions.
Origin.
The first existence or beginning of something.
Examples:
Origin of all humankind. A manuscript of uncertain origin. There are various hypotheses concerning the origin of life.
Reward.
A thing given in acknowledgement of service, hard work, achievement, etc.
Examples:
The reward for good works. shopping rewards cards. Night fishing has a lot of rewards.
Punishment.
A penalty or consequence inflicted for wrongdoing or offense, a means of enforcing discipline or preventing further wrongdoing.
Examples:
Punishment for a crime. Humiliating punishment. The judge gave severe punishment to the criminal who committed the heinous crime.
Relate.
To establish a connection or association between two or more things. To narrate or tell about an event, experience, or relationship. To empathize or feel sympathy with someone or something.
Examples:
Relate a story. Relate a message. He tried to relate his experience to the group, but they couldn't understand.
Gender.
The range of characteristics of femininity and masculinity and differentiating between them, especially when considering social and cultural differences rather than differences in biology.
Examples:
Gender-blind policies. Dual gender. Cultural norms strongly influence gender expectations.
Orientation.
A person's basic attitudes, beliefs, and preferences about particular things. A course introducing a new situation or environment.
Examples:
Sexual orientation. The school orientation. There will be an orientation lecture for new students this afternoon.
Ethnicity.
The cultural characteristics of a particular group, such as language, religion, and traditions, that distinguish them from other groups.
Examples:
Ethnic diversity. Based on their ethnicity. The city is home to people of many different ethnicities.
Reputation.
The general opinion that people have about someone or something, especially when this is based on their previous experiences or behaviors.
Examples:
Reputation risk. Cloud his reputation. She has a good reputation for being one of the best chefs in the city.
Sham.
Something that is not as good or true as it seems to be and is intended to deceive people. A person who pretends to be something they are not.
Examples:
A sham battle. Turn out to be all sham. The data he prepared was completely sham.
Relevance.
The state or degree of being closely connected or appropriate to the matter at hand.
Examples:
Have no relevance. Relevance category. The relevance of this information to the current situation needs to be investigated.
Placement.
The act or process of putting something in a particular position or location, a temporary position or job in an organization.
Examples:
Placement test. Placement agency. The placement of the advertisement on the billboard was strategic in attracting a large audience.
Metaphor.
A figure of speech in which an expression is used to refer to something that it does not denote to suggest a similarity.
Examples:
Metaphor for death. Visual metaphor. She expressed her thought in an artful choice of metaphors.
Asset.
Something or someone that is useful or valuable quality, skill, etc., valuable property.
Examples:
Frozen assets. Liquid assets of the company. A sense of humor is an invaluable asset in this job.
Equivalent.
Having the same value, quality, meaning, purpose, etc.
Examples:
Equivalent amounts. Equivalent in meaning. The European Central Bank is Europe's equivalent of the Federal Reserve.
Freeze-dry.
A method of preserving food or other substances by freezing them and then rapidly removing the frozen water by sublimation, creating a dried product that can be reconstituted by adding water.
Examples:
Freeze-dry fruit. Freeze-dry the strawberries. To preserve the freshness of my vegetables, I like to freeze-dry them before storing them.
Emergency.
A sudden unforeseen crisis usually involving danger that requires immediate action.
Examples:
Emergency action. Acute emergency. The president declared a state of emergency.
Blanket.
A large piece of soft material used to cover or wrap a person or thing to keep them warm. Adjective, broad in scope or content.
Examples:
Blanket authority. Blanket scarf. The electric blanket keeps me warm on cold nights.
Flashlight.
A portable electric light with a handle and a switch that can be turned on and off.
Examples:
Flashlight beam. Flashlight batteries. He used a backup flashlight to find his way through the dark cave.
Introduction.
A preliminary explanation or remarks given before the start of a text, performance, or event, the act of bringing something new into existence or introducing something to a wider audience or new market.
Examples:
Introduction education. Self-introduction. The introduction to the new class was informative and engaging.
Blank.
Without any writing or printing, empty or devoid of ideas, information, or meaning, unable to remember or recall information.
Examples:
Blank expression. Blank paper. The computer screen displayed nothing but a blank white screen.
Commitment.
A promise or firm decision to do something or to behave in a certain way.
Examples:
A commitment to an alliance. Meet his commitments. His business commitments took him to the United States.
Transform.
To change an outward structure or looks.
Examples:
Transform an education system. Transform heat into power. My father's death transformed my life completely.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Refill.
To replenish a container with a substance that it previously held, to top up a supply or amount of something.
Examples:
Refill with oil. Refilling cartridge. Please refill my water glass when you have a chance.
Arresting.
Attracting attention or interest, striking or impressive in appearance or effect, halting or stopping the movement or progress of something.
Examples:
An arresting image. An arresting sight. The painting's arresting beauty made it difficult to look away.
Arrest.
To take into custody.
Examples:
Arrest the thief. Arrest the progress. A police officer has the authority to arrest a criminal.
Insure.
To provide coverage in the event of loss or damage.
Examples:
Insure my house against fire. Ensure domestic tranquility. I will insure my car before I go on a road trip.
Compassionate.
Feeling or showing sympathy and concern for the suffering or bad luck of others.
Examples:
A compassionate heart. Compassionate leave. My father has a serious and compassionate personality.